And hello YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for last night's episode of DC's Stargirl Season 1 Episode 3. Now, I would have started this, I would have done this review last night, but since last night was pretty much Dark Tuesday, as everybody's calling it, or I'm probably butchering what they're actually calling it, but it's basically to support the Black Lives Matter, which I support. So there you go. So hopefully if you're out there protesting, you're doing it safely, you're doing it fun, in a way where you can get to hear your voice speak out in a way that's not violence, but is also empowering. So hopefully you guys are doing that safely out there and not doing the other thing that you really shouldn't be doing. But what can you do? The world is very in a dark place right now, and we can hope for the best one day, and hopefully change can come, not only for Black people, but for people all over the world. Humanity, as we should call it. Humanity matters the most. And we all humans, regardless of color, religion, ethnicity, whatever we are, we all human beings in this planet. We need to share it, and we need to treat our fellow man, brother, and sisters with equal respect. And that's what I want to say. So let's talk about Stargirl, because last night's episode of Stargirl was very, very interesting. It started off sweet, fun, great episode. The first two episodes were great, but now it's starting to get to a point where it's like, okay, this is going to have some deep, dark meanings in here. So last night, and spoiler alert, if you haven't caught up to the episode, last night's episode, Courtney pretty much felt her first defeat. Now, normally, when you see a superhero go through that, it's like, okay, they got beat up by the bad guy, sure, they'll bounce back, they'll fight again, and then she'll end up beating them, or he, or whoever, and they'll triumph. No, this time, Stargirl felt something that's very rare in the comic book, universe, especially in the TV world. You hardly ever see it. It's more about one of her classmates, great kid. He was a magician. He liked the magic, all that cool stuff. His class was going on a trip, I guess, for a talent competition, and the bus was going off the bridge, and Icicle was pretty much, which was the main villain for this week, and he was pretty much going to toss the bus off the bridge. Stripes comes in, saves it. The kids get out safely. Unfortunately, Icicle throws a frozen car at one of the kids, and he dies. So that's the big spoiler for that. And Stargirl pretty much took a big hit, not only getting defeated by Icicle, but also losing a casualty. Normally superheroes don't want that to happen, but she has to now deal with that fact that she lost, not only as a superhero, but she lost as a human being. She has no idea what she's doing, and it cost her a life. And it wasn't her life or any of her family members, but somebody she actually cared about, somebody who actually treated her as a friend in her new school. Because when it's very hard to make friends at a new school when you're new in town, and everybody thinks you're the outcast, and then you make a friend and something happens to that person, and your whole world pretty much goes upside down. So that's what Courtney literally had to deal with. And then we got to see Icicle pretty much, he did that, and then he disappears, which is very odd. Normally the bad guy will come back, but I think the more of the lesson of this episode was Stargirl literally didn't have to deal with the fact that, okay, I lost the casualty, but now I have to work harder to not only save more people, but also the world as well. So now she has to, at the end of the episode, she's got to find people who can pretty much take up the mantles of the Justice Society of America. So she's got to find new people who can take up those mantles. And I think next week's episode is her and Wildcat, I believe. I'm not too familiar with the Justice Society. The only thing that I remember from the Justice Society is they had a Green Lantern, the original Flash with the helmet, Jay Garrett, if you want, Jay Garrett Flash, Earth 2 version, original Earth 2. Even though right now Stargirl from the Arrowverse is the new Earth 2. So hopefully one day she'll meet up with the actual members of our Justice League from Earth Prime. But we'll get that one day. Anyway, like I said, very, very interesting episode. It went from being, this is like a fun, family friendly superhero show to like, okay, we're gonna take some dark elements in here and make this girl be a real superhero. So it's like, okay, that's a curveball I didn't expect to see, but I still like it. It gives her more depth. It gives the character more meaning to be who she is. So it makes her character more real. Put it that way. And I feel like the only character in the show right now that's not giving me like, oh, this is a great character is the little brother. The character's cool. He's funny. It's just that his jokes don't land so well. They're funny, but then they come out again, and then he just repeats the same stuff, and it's just there. You can't do a comedy act with the same jokes over and over and over again and expect people to laugh even though you think it's funny, but people are gonna be like, okay, we heard that joke already. It's not that funny anymore. He's that character right now, but so far the rest of the cast is pretty dang good, and I really enjoy the show so far. So far 3 out of 3 is not bad, but I really like this whole curveball, how it kind of turned a little dark a little bit. So that was hard to watch, because I thought this kid, the kid with who wanted to be a magician, I thought he was gonna end up teaming up with her eventually, like being like maybe the new Dr. Fate or something, but who knows? Hey, maybe Dr. Fate will bring him back to life. You never know. Who knows? But yeah, that was a very dark episode in my opinion. But it was still a good episode. I'm enjoying this show. With Legends of Tomorrow not over, there's only this show now and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So if you're a fan of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I will be doing reviews for that too, just letting you guys know that. So so far so good for Stargirl. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys think about it, and stay tuned for more. Thank you very much, and have a good day.